cut. Counterclockwise rotation makes a shallower cut. This assembly is designed to transfer downward pressure through the door to the conveyor system, so the conveyor system can feed the door through the bevelers evenly. This stop is a quick adjustment for the height of the down clamp system. To adjust for an 1 3/8" door, you move the stop in this position, set the thumb screw so the stop stays there during operation. To change from an 1 3/8" door to an 1 3/4" door, you lift up on the clamp bar, slide the stop back in place, set your thumb screw so it remains there during operation, and you're set for an 1 3/4" door. The Model 1100 double beveler has adjustable beveler heads. You can adjust these beveler heads from 90 degrees, 3 degrees less than 90 degrees, 3 degrees more than 90 degrees. To achieve these adjustments, you add or remove stops. Loosen the yellow hand wheel, remove both stops. The beveler head will cut 3 degrees less than 90 degrees. Add one stop, the beveler head will cut 90 degrees. Add both stops, the beveler head will cut 3 degrees more than 90 degrees. Retighten the yellow hand wheel to maintain the adjustment during operation. This is the edge breaker assembly. We use this assembly to deburr the fresh cut edge of a door. This one deburrs the top edge of the door. This one deburrs the bottom edge of the door. To adjust these, we have made a slot on the bolt. Move the aluminum block closer to the door for a shallower cut. Move the aluminum block farther away from the door for a deeper cut. The Model 1100 double beveler has variable speed control for the conveyor feed system. To adjust the speed on this system, you need to turn this knob counterclockwise to increase the speed of the feed of the door. To decrease the speed of the door, you need to turn the knob counterclockwise. This adjustment needs to be done only while the motor is running. On the Model 1100 double beveler, the Model 1100 double beveler has a quick sizing adjustment. To adjust the tow door, you need to release this handle, pull the adjustable carriage into 3/0 on the scale, make sure the pin locks back into place, and you're ready for a 3/0 door. To make fine-tune adjustments on the amount of cut, you refer to this scale. To adjust this scale, you need to loosen this handle under the frame and go to the red crank. To make your smaller adjustment with the red crank wheel, you turn the crank clockwise. We are 1/2 inch smaller than 36 inches. To maintain this adjustment, retighten the locking nut to hold the carriage into position. You are now ready to cut a 35 1/2 inch finished door. To adjust from 35 1/2 inches to 36 1/2 inches. You need to loosen the locking nut once again. Turn the crank handle counterclockwise. Until the scale reaches 1/2 inch. This will be ready for a 36 1/2 inch cut. Retighten the locking nut to hold the carriage in place during cutting operations. The Model 1100 double beveler is equipped with a filter regulator lubricator system. We recommend 1-inch supply line be brought to the machine. The filter is the first component in this part. It is designed to filter water from the air should water come to this point. It needs to be drained daily. To drain this system, one needs to pull on the little black rubber thing at the bottom. The next component is the regulator. You adjust the amount of air needed for the machine at this point. Turn the knob counterclockwise until the needle reaches the designated setting. We recommend operating the machine at 110 to 120 pounds of pressure. The next component in this system is the lubricator. To fill the lubricator, you press this switch, turn the cup, and pull it off. To adjust it, there's a screw at the top to adjust the amount of oil used during operation. This sight bowl, you can determine how much oil is being used by how many drips per minute come out of the tube in the bowl. This unit lubricates the air before the machine uses the air. Next is the electrical box. The first switch at the top is the stop button. When you depress this button, you stop all operations of the machine. The next switch is the start switch. Key operated, turn the machine on. The next one starts the conveyor drive system. At the bottom, we have individual switches to turn on and off the left cutter, on and off the right cutter. The little light at the bottom indicates an electrical overload. When this light is on, the machine has shut down automatically.
The outfeed fence has been made adjustable to compensate for the different cutter head angles. In order to calibrate the fence correctly, the first step would be to adjust the outfeed fence away from the cutter head a sufficient amount. Then, by inserting a door on the infeed side, hold the door against the infeed fence and run it through approximately halfway, ensuring that it just never comes away from the infeed fence, and stop the machine. Now, just simply crank the outfeed fence back towards the cutter head until it touches the door. Leave it in this position for the remainder of your production run. Regular maintenance on the 1100 beveler would be to keep the machine clean on a daily basis by blowing away excess wood chips and sawdust on all critical areas. Grease the pillow blocks on the cutter heads every 2 weeks. Grease the pillow blocks on the cutter heads every 2 weeks with a couple pumps of standard machine grease. Grease the pillow blocks on the drive system once a month with the same amount. A light application of machine oil on all adjustment screws on a monthly basis will be adequate.